Hi, hello, and happy holiday season for Passover and Days of Unleavened Bread for 2024. And so this is just a brief rundown. You can see that the asparagus, I call them asparagus, they're spider plants, are coming back in droves. And we've got recovering plants all over. Not every necessary one of them, but again, this one's got a little stem on it. That one's got a stem on it. That one's got two stems on it. Hopefully, they'll all come back. We shall see. And then these are just kind of sitting there biding their time. That could be new growth. And then, of course, the normal menagerie of aloe veras that need to be repotted. Mom got another in-house air conditioner for $15 last Tuesday, I think. Anyhow. Alright, over here we have Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear. Papa Bear is the one in the corner with the gray hair. Mama Bear is the one with the brown stripes around her eyes, like weird eye makeup. Baby Bear is fairly unmarked. And then, of course, Mighty Mutt, who is at least momentarily blind and is really vertically challenged. Anyhow, he's blind, but he's pretty big. He's from a different mama, of course. Other than that, of course, the amaryllis has still got one leaf on it. And then whatever that little vine is still there. Again, pretty soon I'm going to have to be putting these outside because they need to be out there. But I already have plants outside now because my attempt at rooting celery has advanced to a new level. And so I've got a coffee pot here with gravel and nutrient solution like aquaponics or hydroponics. And then I bought a tomato plant, splurged, spent 20 bucks on it. It's supposed to be like a beefsteak, big boy kind of. Why 20 bucks? Because, well, that's what they asked for it. Theoretically, this is an indeterminate large tomato on a tendril vine that I should be able to raise up here and just grow like crazy. And so we shall see. The grapes got out, and they're getting out pretty good, actually. Spider veins, spider webs. These over here, long and spindly, but they have seed pods on them. There's Hans and Hansel. I know, how do you tell Hans from Hansel? You know, they're different mamas. Hans and Franz as one mama, and Hansel's a different mama, and Junior's a different mama. Over here, we have gold and silver, and they're looking pretty lively. And then over there is Jumpy Jeff. Now, again, Jumpy Jeff is Mighty Mutt's brother. Jumpy Jeff's quite normal and healthy. And Jumpy Jeff and Caroline, that's Caroline right there, there's one right now coming up, that's Jeff and Mutt's mama. Whereas Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear are all belong to Sugar here. And she's probably pregnant, Sam maybe, but we don't know yet. So, starting from right here, we've got, I don't know what these things are called, but you know, like a lot of flowers, I don't know their names. A lot of those are starting to pop up. I'm going to kind of try to circle around the house, getting everything I can, and hopefully not forgetting anything. I'm not going to climb up there to take a shot of any of the flowers up on top of that vine, but this vine in general, it's the same vine we were just looking at. It's all one big monstrous vine, and it put on loads of fruit last year, so we shall see. On the other hand, coming up here, this vine has, this piece of vine is all one vine too. But the difference is this piece just grew last year, and it's already putting on flowers this year. And it is just loaded. Now how many of those come to fruition, yet to see. But they're just flowers all over it. If they all come out, I'm going to have a real great harvest. Now, getting over to, see, the red buds have already finished blooming. And lucky me, they didn't make very many seed pods. Because otherwise I got, as much as I appreciate the flowers, I don't appreciate their, but if you look up here, these vines, this batch made a bunch of fruit last year, and it's going to probably try again this year. This one, I don't remember if it made much fruit last year at all. And it's going to make a lot this year, hopefully. So a lot of these vines are really in full bloom. I know grape flowers don't look like very much on their best day, but they are a flower and they do produce beautiful fruit, even if it's a little wild fruit. I went today, I had worked on my horse mint and the flower palms, the seed palms, the little puffy things. I sprinkled along that wood row to maybe propagate horse mint along that side. Now this is our mountain bog gentian, and it's growing a little bit this week. 4 stems this year. Apparently that's all it will do this year, but that's fine. They say they get up to 13 or 14 stems as they get older, so who knows what it'll come to later on in life. As long as it's there, I'm happy because it makes really beautiful flowers. Now, coming down through here towards a whole bunch of really beautiful flowers, we're just about the height of color mixation for irises. We have just about the most different varieties of irises in open bloom at the same time as we'll probably have all year long. By the way, the dogwoods, they're still open. Some of them are done, some of them are not. It just depends on the variety. The daisies are starting to open up. We'll be seeing a lot of daisies as we go around. Yellow wood sorrel's open. So starting over here, we've still got a few blooms of white iris. Okay, they haven't fully finished. We got some of the normal wild, pastel irises coming across here, and they'll open up more. You know, they're just starting. So again, more of these little, whatever they're called, flowers, and more wood sorrels. And then the daisies. Some of the wild lettuce is coming up. Lots of bees. Lots and lots of bees. They're out looking for that nectar and pollen. The porcelain berry is flowering. Those things aren't supposed to grow around here according to the books. Supposedly they don't. Now I've never seen this before. It may happen all the time, but I've never seen it before. See all those? Those are little stubby little walnut flowers. They look like tiny little pine cones, to me anyhow. But they're walnut flowers. They're all over there. So this thing's going to probably have a bunch. Again, that lily over there and amongst the blackberry is kind of novel. This thing's still a little ways away from flowering, but it is opening up pretty good. Before long it'll be fully bushed out. More. Now see here, we got some golden clover, some other tiny little flowers that I don't know what they're called. Lots more of these green flowers that I don't know what they're called. then we come into the black raspberries. The black raspberries are starting to open up and go into full bloom, and they will go into full fruit. And here we have a pale yellow iris, and they've been there for a while. In fact, it's almost like divided into two colonies. So we got hopefully a whole lot of black raspberries coming. More regular powdery wild irises. Now we've got a compound iris over here. I don't know the exact name of this color configuration. It's kind of like a pastel bearded tiger iris, I think. I'm just throwing that together out of the top of my head. So I don't know how close that is to the accurate description of it. And so that's kind of looking across the park area at all the irises that are up. This whole park area one of these days will hopefully be done. Just I haven't started on it yet. Hopefully it'll be done. I have not. It's not like I've actually done anything to it except I recognize it as a place to not destroy so far. Now going over around here, we have, of course, our little colony of peonies. Oh, there they are. They came up so fast. They weren't there at all last week. Then they're almost halfway done already. These again are part of the hyacinth family. Boy, aren't they pretty. Just loads and loads of little flowers. They're populating out really nice. Oh, there's a real cluster. Yeah, be nice to have a bunch of those lined up in a little bunch. So the peony, let me get over straight overhead. Just lots and lots of blooms to open up here. These are a hybrid over here. I think some of these are the golden irises. Here's a golden iris. It will open up just super, super gold, almost like a sodium vapor lamp gold. Very gold. I don't know if any of the grapes over here are going to flower this year. It'd be nice, but if they don't, you know, give them another year and they probably will. I don't see any signs of pinto beans sprouting, but that's alright. If they don't, they don't. Alright, now we got this rich lavender iris. Deep, deep purple bearded iris. Really beautiful. And that's all the different colors of irises that I know of at this moment. Just 5. White, yellow, gold, lavender, two-tone bearded, and powdery white, or powdery blue, I mean. Over here, now, the old saying about counting chickens before they hatch, it's true with any fruit. But this year, more cherries set on these trees than any other year previous. I do not know what the difference is. I do not know how many will actually continue to remain on the tree. But these things appear to be just swarmed with them. A couple of them are just swarmed with cherry fruit, just bright and lively, which I would just be so thrilled if I had a big massive haul of wild cherries. Boy, that'd make some good drinking. That makes some good hooch. Yeah, I've been cleaning up the shop. That's what all this says, deleavening the shop, and that's just scrap. One's got a drawing of an alternator on it. Or a motor, I mean. That's immaterial or anything, but I've got plant food and stuff. I'll have to take that out of there here next week because I'll have to go get some bales of hay. There's that propane tank I got a week or so ago, still hanging up there, hadn't fallen down yet. Shelf I took out of the shop and washed it for just to clean it mostly. Seed potatoes, at least one. And then I've got a couple other spuds in the shop that I need to put in dirt. Still haven't cleaned up out here, but see here we got some more daisies, more verbena. I'll come back over there in a minute. I'm not going to go downstairs. All I could report on is the poke mostly. And well, I'll report on poke later when I get back. So, yeah. I got the deleavening part done, but I haven't gotten the cleaning and organizing part of it done. In other words, so I got all the leaven out, but I've still got to finish the job of cleaning the shop up and making it a serviceable shop, pretty much. So I'm going to just walk over real quick to those last little bit of flowers, and that's going to be it for this report. And then I will probably give a report again on, I think a Friday? I can't remember. I think it'll be a Friday. We'll see. And, oh yeah, loads, and look at all the wild strawberries. Too bad they're so tiny you can hardly get anything out of them. Oh, and moss and stuff decided to grow up here in my soil collection material here and there. I'm not going to complain. At least it's not going to waste, right? And just little mosses. So these little white paper whites are just about done for the year, some of them. And walked past my daisies, I was going to point out. Yeah, but then again, there'll be more daisies next week, I assure you. And then there's golden clover and stuff like that in there. And then, of course, our tried and true verbena that is just about to start succumbing to the heat. And more wild strawberries. I guess I'll take a note of if there's any. Oh yeah, bridal wreath. That was the other thing. I knew there was something else I was supposed to. And of course, there's their hazelnuts. Bridal wreath. Mom always gets these two mixed up. Now, baby's breath, if you remember, it runs up and down a stem, and it has really tiny flower or leaves, and they're look like tiny roses. See, these are like little clusters, like tiny little bouquets, and they're flat with a. Oh, I don't remember what the term for that is. They get a flat cluster. I don't even know if they're related to each other. I think this is actually part of the rose family. No, that could be too. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm no flower expert. I enjoy them, but I don't know much about them. Oh, and the vetch. The vetch is doing really well for making seed. Although it's kind of hard to eat vetch. It's kind of tiny. You could, I suppose, survive off of vetch if you had to. Just you'd have to spend a long time picking it because there's not very much in a pod. But either way, I suppose if you ate them tender, you could eat them right away, and you might even get more out of them. I don't know. I'm not going to say as any authority because I've never tried to harvest such a tiny little thing. I mean, I've eaten one, and they don't taste bad. They taste pretty much like a pea or a green bean, mild. So, okay, so it did set a few fruit. I would honestly rather it set fewer fruit. Self-thinning. That way I've got bigger apples instead of more small ones, a few bigger apples. Now I've got to hurry up and start spraying this thing though too, because of the stinking fruit wasps. So, that time of year. I spray it 3 times, they say, and spread it 2 weeks apiece. So, basically, pretty much from there, If I can do that, theoretically I can keep the fruit wasps from destroying good apples. We shall see what we shall see, though. Alright, well, that's this report. Again, happy Passover and days of unleavened bread, everybody, and we shall see you next report.